What is up, guys? And in today's video, it is here. I've been waiting to make this video, my spoiler review for Halloween Ends. Now, if you have not seen Halloween Ends, turn off the video, go to your cinema, turn on Peacock, and watch this movie. So I will say that even though I'm kind of iffy on the film, if you go check my original review, um, it's a interesting Halloween movie. The most divisive, but I think it's the most. It's going to be the most talked about for years, you know. But who knows? Like, this is a film that may grow on me and actually might grow on you, you know. Because I said it before, I'm a fan of Halloween 6. I'm a fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I came around to that movie because I seen the vision and the ideals that came with that film. But on topic with my Halloween Ends spoiler review, again, you can drop all your thoughts on how you feel about the movie in the comments below. Because again, spoiler review. Just want to get that point across. Yes, this movie isn't how they market it at all, and that right there already gets people upset. And what I find so interesting to me is this is how David Gordon Green, Jason Blum, all of them, this is how they wanted to end the trilogy. And not only that, David Gordon Green and Blumhouse, they're going to go tackle the Exorcist franchise now. And you would think David Gordon Green would, again, I know, again, two different franchises, but you would think David Gordon Green would put a good impression on his name when it came to this movie. I'm very, very concerned about those Exorcist films, specifically that last one that we will get. Because what I feel like they done here is David Gordon Green was tied down to the Laurie stuff. Blumhouse wanted something, David Gordon Green wanted something, and this is the result that we got. But yeah, again, this isn't really Laurie Strode's movie. This isn't Michael's movie. This is Corey Cunningham's movie. If there's a second lead, I would say Alice. Although Alice was pretty good in the film, kind of mixed on her because she could have been written so better. I literally don't know what happened. Like, Alice is a character that should have been, written way better, and they didn't do that. It's like when they was doing the script changes, they just gave up. Like, it's somewhere they just gave up. They didn't care, you know. And they was gonna let the test audiences decide because it's clear that they really love what the test audiences have to say, which I will talk about that in another video. But yeah, we get this 4-year time jump, which I think it's weird right off the rip. It's already weird that we're doing this 4-year time jump. And they make an excuse, they made an excuse why they can't do that. I'm not buying Blumhouse's David Gordon Green's excuse to that because they make an excuse to why we can't see that original Halloween 2018 ending. But back on topic, yeah, we get this weird 4-year time jump, which makes no sense to me. But hey, I'm not a writer. And again, right off the gate, we're introduced to Corey Cunningham, all of this stuff, and yes, he is our copycat Michael Myers and all of that. But I feel like I don't know, like, I feel like someone has some tea to spill here when it comes to these films. I don't think David Gordon Green is going to do it. I don't think it's going to be Jason Blum. I think it's going to be one of the writers that's going to spill some tea. And I don't think we're going to get it anytime soon. Who knows? We might. I don't know. Because I feel like someone wanted something different. Because when you watch these films like 2018, okay, that's okay. 2018, then you get kills, okay. Yeah. Then Halloween Ends is like what, and you got to think Halloween Ends had a lot of writers and just a lot of people's hands in it, so that doesn't really help anything. But like I said, we get a weird 4-year time jump. Corey is our Michael Myers. Again, I said it before. I think I said it in one of my update videos before the film came out. I would not be upset if there was a copycat killer. It was done right. And yeah, was it done right? No, it was not done. Well, I don't know. Was it done right? I don't, like, I've already said it. Like, this feels such just a interesting and odd movie to even talk about. You know, the main stuff I want to talk about is Michael. Because, ooh, Even though I found this movie entertaining, with its huge problems, I'm gonna say this: they made Michael so weak in this film to the point where a gust of wind could come by and boom, you know. And logic is thrown out of here because you're telling me, okay, he's supernatural. I don't care, you say, well, because it's its age. He's supernatural, okay? They really made that point clear in Kills. So it's going to take him 4 years to heal. It's not what Michael Myers would do. He would not, he would probably like take a year, a couple months, maybe a week to recuperate, but then he will be right back at it again. It's not going he's not going to take no 4 years off. And it seems like the more he kills, right? He gets more powerful and he regains his strength. Okay, again, execution is everything, and the way they do it, the logic is thrown out the window. Because if he needed to kill people to regain his strength, there's two particular people. Corey Cunningham, he could have killed him as soon as he met him. He could have killed that homeless man. Am I right or am I wrong here? The logic is just thrown out the window. And I don't know. It just feels like they just did Michael dirty. They did, like, this is how you really wanted your trilogy to end, was treat Michael Myers, your Shape the Boogeyman. And again, I said this before. I'm surprised Jamie Lee Curtis is acceptable of this film. I'm surprised John Carpenter is acceptable of this film. And it's funny to me that John Carpenter still wants to hate Rob Zombie's Halloween remake. But he wants to defend this. But who knows? He may spill some tea on this if a few years down the line. Who knows? But I found that funny. Again, this is a controversial take. But even though I find Halloween Ends entertaining, what movie do I enjoy a little bit better? I enjoy Rob Zombie's remake a little bit better than this. I know that's a controversial take, but at least he was committed to a vision and an ideal. Here, they couldn't commit to if they wanted Michael the killer, Corey the killer, if they wanted none of them to be the killer. They couldn't commit to anything in this film, which I would get to in here in a minute. And I know I'm kind of all over the place because I talk a lot, and there's just so much to talk about here. But like I was talking about, like with Michael, it just, like, now Michael's, how I took it, Michael's possessing people. That doesn't even get explained or anything. That's just kind of brushed under the rug, said and done. Okay. Really? Now Michael can possess people, and he was weak, but he had 2 people to kill. And why was he even dragging Corey into the sewer? Like, you know what I mean? And the way they treated Alice in this film is nothing like how she would have been in 2018 or Kills. You could say it's character growth. I really wouldn't even say it's that, to be quite honest with you. I feel like they treated Michael very poorly in this film. They treated Alice pretty bad in the film as well. And Laurie, like, I'm surprised more people's not talking about this. I know some are, but how they treated Laurie in this film. How? Like, why would why would Jamie Lee Curtis be on board with this? And again, John Carpenter himself doing the score, which the score was good, by the way. But again, like, there was a part where Laurie Strode just like gave up. Like, okay, do it. Like, like there was no enthusiasm in the line or anything. She just gave up right there. I was like, oh. Like, there was a few times where I was scratching my head and just slumped in my seat when I was at the cinema watching this. Like, the whole Michael's possessing people now, and Michael being weak, and this, and like, really, yeah, the score was good. And what's funny though, the kills were all right. There's only 2 outstanding kills. That will be the welding scene, and that will be the tongue scene. That really shocked me. I like that scene, and the way the tongue felt like on the record and it kept spinning. It was a good kill. But even then, all those good kills came from Corey Cunningham, which I will get into my controversial opinion on that. When Corey Cunningham became Michael Myers, when he became the Shape, I liked it. I was into it because he felt like Michael. He felt like Michael Myers to me. You know, the way he was stalking, the way he had the kills, he felt like just a young Michael Myers in 78. That's what he felt like to me. He was more powerful, he was driving around, he was more of a human grounded type of Michael. I liked it, I dug it. But then we got weird again. It's like, again, they couldn't commit to one thing. It's like earlier in the film, you try to make Michael strong again, but then you kind of went back on that, kind of made him weak again. Okay, well, now we're going to have Corey Cunningham finally suiting up, and we're going to go full with this, right? No, then they back out and they get weird again. It's like they couldn't commit to one thing. And I think the ending and some of this, like, I spoke on some of it, like the stuff in the tunnel, is the worst part of the film. And some of the dialogue and some of the characters are just weird in the film. But the ending was horrible. Come on. Like, that's the best that you can do with the ending. A refrigerator falls on Michael. Again, you're making him weak again when he just threw Laurie. Whatever. And all of a sudden, the whole town knows what's going on, and they're having a big parade. I'm like, okay, come on now. Again, I said it in my spoiler-free review. This movie, to me, feels like it's 3 movies in one. It feels very rushed. It feels like David Gordon Green wanted something. Jamie Lee Curtis wanted something. John Carpenter even wanted something. Blumhouse, the higher ups at Universal, they wanted something. The writers, this person wanted something different, and this is what we received. I heard people talk about this one thing, and I totally agree with them. You could have took the best parts of this movie, put it in Halloween Kills, made Halloween Kills about 2 hours long, and just made 2 films. But no, Blumhouse wanted to go the greedy route and squeeze everything they can out of this. And look at the result that we got. And I'm surprised that a lot of people's actually being vocal about Halloween Ends. I'm actually surprised by that. Now, here's the thing. Do I hate Halloween Ends? No. I don't hate this film. I just like it was just a disappointing, rushed film. It was a huge, disappointing film. You know, again, I liked when Corey became Michael and he started suited up. I liked when Corey and Michael was, basically Batman and Robin. I liked it. It was something different. It was something fresh. It's something that we're probably never going to see again. So I liked that part. But the parts that I just hated, the really parts I feel like was terrible in my opinion was the whole possessing part. That's how I took it. Most of all the tunnel stuff was dumb in my opinion. I feel like a lot of that was just throw it to the wall. If it sticks, it sticks. The ending was some of the best, some of the worst stuff I've seen. Because, like, again, the refrigerator falls on him. Again, it feels very rushed. It feels very forced. And again, and this is true, and we all thought it. Most of that stuff between Michael and Laurie, we actually see in the trailer. So that was something within itself. The only best good parts about Halloween Ends is it is something new and fresh. The score is good. The mask is good. Corey Cunningham for the most part, and when he suits up as Michael, I thought it was good. When he teams up with Michael, I thought it was good. It had some good ideals, but the execution was bad. So again, there's some good stuff about Halloween Ends, and I think this is a film where we're, as we watch it more and more, we're not going to love it. I don't think it's going to ever get a fan. There's a chance, but I don't think it will get a fan base like Rob Zombie's 2 films or even Halloween 6. I don't think it will be to that level of fandom, but it will be something. And I think it would just bring up just a fun and interesting conversation in the next couple of years of what they should do. But yeah, again, like I said, the main problems with this movie is it has a identity problem feels forced. It feels rushed. Some bad dialogue. Some bad character decisions and choices. It's like to the point where does David Gordon Green regret keeping Laurie alive now? I don't think he's ever going to come out and say that. But if he wasn't tied down to that, he could have did whatever he wanted in Kills. But he was tied down to that, you know. And would the movie, would have how, would have can't talk. Would had Halloween Ends been better if, let's say, Corey Cunningham was in 2018, Laurie died in 2018? Yeah, because you would have fleshed Corey's character out more. You would have, had more freedom. If you would have killed Laurie off, you would have had, you wouldn't have been tied down to that. A few more things I do want to talk about before I do close. I don't know how long this video is, by the way. But if you are sticking to the end, make sure you hit the like button. I would highly appreciate it. But again, like Corey Cunningham, now this scene when Corey and Michael are in the tunnel, and Corey's like, "I need your mask. You got something I want," or something like that, and they're fighting in the tunnel. I was like, this is just as bad as Busta Rhymes learning Kung Fu from the movies and then proceeding to do Kung Fu and beating Michael with Kung Fu in Halloween Resurrection. It was that bad. I thought we were starting to go into Halloween Resurrection territory, and to me that's lazy writing. Because why couldn't you write it as somehow, again, you already have no logic in this movie anyway. Michael possessing people now. Michael needs to build up strength when he has two people he knows he can automatically kill. And he is the boogeyman, so why would it take him so long to heal anyway? All this stuff, no logic. So would it be that out of place for this movie anyway if Corey somehow stumbles upon a brand new Michael Myers mask? To me, that's just lazy writing. Oh, well, how does Corey get that? I feel like when they was having the conversation in the writing room, it went something like this. Well, how do we get Corey Cunningham to, have a Michael mask? Oh, he just goes in the tunnel and fights Michael, and Michael gives up. Okay, cool. That's probably how it went in the writings room. Like, they gave up at this point in the script. It's like they gave up. How was it? And again, you had the talented Christopher Nelson on board. You wasted him too, in my opinion. Because you cut it, off topic for a minute, but you wasted Christopher Nelson's talents in this film. You wasted the artist that made the mask and that does the kills and the effects. You wasted him. Because a lot of the kills you just cut away. So you, I guess, wanted to play it safe. You couldn't let him make a new Michael mask. I think, how awesome would that been? Like, if Michael had the old mask, but Corey has the new mask. I think that would have been pretty cool. But again, you wasted Michael in his film. You wasted Christopher Nelson, the guy that made the mask, when he could have made a brand new mask for the film and still have had the mask that we got, and that could just been Michael's mask. You wasted Laurie in the film. You wasted Alice, in the film. Again, I don't know, man, but I as of now, Halloween Ends will always be a 7 out of 7, and I think that's pretty fair, because it is entertaining, it is fun, it is fresh, it's something new, and again, like I said, I liked when Corey became Michael and put on the mask and the suit and everything. He felt meaner, like he felt like a young Michael. I liked that, and I would not have been upset one bit if they would have done this trilogy in a different way, and I think it would have helped Halloween Ends been more successful. If Halloween Kills would have had no Michael Myers, Corey Cunningham would have been the Michael all the way through, and then in Ends we've had Michael Myers back. I wouldn't have been upset about that. I mean, I don't know about you, but come on. Corey Cunningham was a mean Michael Myers, had some good kills, and him and Michael teaming up was some good stuff as well. So, again, final thoughts on Halloween Ends. It's just a decent Halloween movie. when you talk about a conclusion to this trilogy, no. But 7 out of 7, I think that's where it will always stay for a long time. It's a fair rating because there's things I do like about the movie. It's at least entertaining. But yeah, let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about Halloween Ends. I'll catch you guys in the next video.